So yeah, this went down, which is great. You know, I haven't done an Oasis video in a long time. Actually, the voice haven't showed up in an episode either. Some people, you know, some people are in them a lot, and other people kind of wander through. We occasionally get someone like Jason Momoa, who showed up the other day because I played a video of him inappropriately touching his kids. But the yeah, I remember the last time I talked about this. It was a video about how we're better off with them not being together because we get more music that way, and it's all quality stuff. And if you really, you know, I mean, unless we're talking about a live situation, like, yeah, it's good to get for the people who who want to go see them live, and now they can. But that all aside, as a fan who just doesn't really go to gigs anymore, and that's not really an issue for me, just getting recorded music by them being together, we get less, you know, because since they've been apart, excuse me, I had to put my security cigarette up. Since they've been apart, we've gotten almost every other year from both of them. They release something new. So I mean, every year there's something new, including both of their solo works, and they're all good. Like that, everything they've done is good. So like, if you really want, you could just put their solo tracks together and make your own Oasis albums. So for me, it's like, I understand why people want them back together. I'm glad they are, you know. But as far as musical output, which is what I'm mainly concerned about, it's gonna be a little less. But will it be better? Yeah, probably, because as good as Noel's songs are, they sound better with Liam singing them. He even said that himself recently in an interview that is kind of singled out a lot by people since this announcement was made. Like, he recently said some really good stuff about him, and he basically said that as his songs, you know, as happy as he can be with them, when Liam gets behind them, it just has a whole different feel, and it's better. It elevates it. Also, Liam's stuff, while he sounds great on these albums, there are some tracks here and there that are just, you know, because he's at the whims of whoever his collaborators are. But his last three solo albums have been great. And the joint album he did with Stone Roses, man, was great too, but not as great. I liked it, but it didn't knock me out like the solo albums Liam had done. Now, I said at the time that if they were to reunite, we would have like a year of just touring, which again does nothing for me, which is fine. I get people are happy about it. I'm not saying, like, you know, I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade. It's great that they're back together. As a fan, I just, you know, it's good that they're not hating each other. But, you know, you never know. This, they could have made up a long time ago. Because really, what they're doing, and putting aside the fact that they're both Masons, they're on the world stage doing a storyline, a show. They're characters of themselves. Like, they're probably, you know, exaggerated versions of who they really are. In the song, Liam, he put out a song a couple years ago called One of Us, where in the lyrics he talks about, it was 16 years ago to the day or something, the last time we were together, and it's, you know, about Noel. And I remember when that came out, I was like, what does she mean 16 years? It hasn't even been 16 years since they broke up. But next year, right, will be 16 years since they broke up. So you kind of have to think, like, well, do they always know this? And the answer to that is, yeah, I believe this is all, you know, it's all played out for maximum return on emotional investment, attention, more loose sucking. It's all this stuff is, you know. I mean, these guys are well connected. You don't get to that level of influence or audience without being one of theirs. And if you look at, just look through how they've appeared in media, it's all there. The one-eye shit, the fucking, whisper stuff. They're letting you know they're part of it. All that, though, putting all that aside, which I have to, if I'm going to enjoy anything in the world. And I have to enjoy things. I know a lot of Christians are like, no, you must, do not engage with anything. It's like, the way I look at it is I think I'm strong enough to engage with it. And my faith in God is strong enough that I don't think it's going to be broken up by a fucking Britpop band. You know what I mean? I don't think, I say this a lot too, like I don't think he gives a shit. The God I know, the God I talk to, have a relationship with, I just have to kind of stand over here for a while. Sometimes if you walk in and just be a gang of people that you're not going to get through without looking like a psycho, so I just gotta wait for them to get up the road. It's alright. I try, usually when it comes to tourists, I kind of give them the leeway. I don't know if these people, tourists, they look like new residents possibly. But, yeah, I mean, people spend, like, a lot of money to come here and they want to have a good time. I'm not gonna, I try to get out of their way, I don't want to be a pain. But anyway, it's good they're back together. Hopefully we get some new music. I'd like to see them get out sooner than later. Like, as I said when I talked about this a long time ago, them getting back together is probably going to mean a year of touring, a lot of media stuff, maybe talk about new music. We're going to get less music from these guys. But I guess, thinking about it now, talking out loud about it now, which usually helps me come to conclusions, not just about this, but everything. Sometimes doing videos out here when I talk about whatever subject we're talking about, just saying things out loud helps crystallize the issue to me. So I guess it is worth it, because yeah, we will get less stuff, but it'll be better stuff, because even though I like all the things they've done together, it's just undeniable that they create. And their last album, Dig Your Soul Out or Dig Out Yourself, fucking album's great. It's just at the time they were kind of under the radar, like people weren't really as invested in them. They needed something like the breakup to kind of, help their cachet, to kind of make them bigger than they were. And I think that did help them. Being apart all these years and teasing reunions and not doing them, I think as a brand, I think it definitely helped them. If they had stayed together, they'd still be popular. And possibly, like a lot of other older bands, they might have graduated into the legacy kind of act thing, where they command the high ticket prices. I mean, that's how it's going to be now. But I think they're going to be bigger than they would have been had they stayed together, at least initially. The Ticketmaster's already issuing all these rules about how you can get tickets. They're going with the Cartman you can't come method. Extremely limited. They start off not by telling you how to get tickets. The first thing is, here's what you have to do, or you can't, not everybody's going to get tickets. Not everyone's, they lead with something negative to give you the feeling like, oh man, I'm not going to get to see them. If I get the chance to pay 10 grand for 2 tickets, I better take that, It's just how it is, whatever. It's all game. But yeah, it's cool to see them together. It's kind of surreal seeing that picture. At first I thought it was Photoshop, because it looks like fucking they just stuck them together, right? But then I saw outtakes from that photo session, and they were together. And they did it a little while ago, like at the beginning of the summer. They did this photo session. And Liam even mentioned it on his Twitter. He didn't say who he was, but he just made like an offhand tweet saying I'm going to a photo session, and people speculate what was this one? James Hargreaves fucking psyched. He was outside of my immediate family. People that I know, that like Oasis, my sister. I went to, he was the first guy I went to see what he thought. And, yeah, I don't think he has some of the concerns I do about the material, because he can see them anytime. And he's over in the UK, Well, not anytime, but he has a lot better chance of catching them than I do. In America, unfortunately, they're still kind of known as like a one-hit wonder. People, talk about Wonderwall, and that's it. Like, they're like fucking, to some people, they're like Dishwalla or fucking Collective Soul or something. It's so funny. Like, just the difference in legendary status. Like, it's changing. Hopefully it'll change a little bit in America, because, and I say hopefully because the more people get into them here, the more likely the chances are of them coming to America. Although, it still doesn't help me, because I'm in Hawaii, and no one comes here. No one comes here. They used to. They used to come here, but the thing is, it became cost prohibitive, especially if you're in a group that you have a lot of equipment, and you're moving stuff. Coming out here, unless you're making it a vacation, like I saw Living Color a couple of years ago, and they were saying that. They're like, yeah, it's kind of a vacation. It's not like we're making a lot of money doing this. So unless you're willing to take a loss, you're not coming here. Or if you're going to Japan, right, you might do a stop over here. That's about it. So, whatever. Glad they're back together. I spent the day listening to the Live at Nebworth, and then a little bit of Dig Out Your Soul, and I was like, holy shit, this is a good record. Yeah, their last couple of albums were really good, but people were so, I guess, turned off by Heathen Chemistry, which I wasn't. I thought it was good, but it was like Oasis doing Oasis, sort of a bit by the numbers. They weren't moving out in any direction. But then it's a double-edged sword. It's like, if you sound like yourself, people will say, oh, they're just, you know, it's boring, and they sound like themselves, or it's derivative. But then if you try something new, people are like, ah, it's too weird, it's too out there. It's the, you know, it's a regular situation everybody finds themselves in, you know. It's fine though, but yeah, I'm glad to see this. It's good to see. I'll keep abreast of the situation as I do all things. Till next time, thanks for dropping in. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the